Tonight, before you go to bed, make an inspection tour of your ice box. How's that Pabst Blue Ribbon supply holding out? Tomorrow morning when your dealer says, "What did you have?" say, "Pabst Blue Ribbon." What else?
I'm ready. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Harem podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Anthony Luby and Luke Farnsworth. We are coming at you on a Tuesday night.
Did you
of
also
the new
think
year.
it was Wednesday?
Yeah, I did.
I also think it's Wednesday.
did,
today.
yeah.
That sucks. That's the worst.
That is
A lot.
shitty.
I mean, granted, my yesterday felt like it was 3 weeks for me to get to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Today was
Thanks,
long as
Uber.
well. I woke up at 4.
That's
Bright
ass.
and early. Although today's episode is sponsored by Buc-ee's. Thank you, Buc-ee's, for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you, Buc-ee's. We love
Where
you.
You can stop and grab your Buc-ee's gear and the famous beaver nuggets.
Your beaver nuggets.
They have great deals
You
on
can grab your
gas.
Buc-ee's cups, hats, shirts.
Today's
Beef
episode is
jerky,
also
chips.
sponsored by Pepperidge Farm. Thank you, Pepperidge Farm, for sponsoring this episode, supplying Luke with
Pepperidge
goldfish.
Farm remembers.
Thank you for always remembering.
I don't have anything from Buc-ee's except these. Fuck you, Buc-ee's. How you like
I'm
that?
telling you, Luke, Buc-ee's is so much better than Pedro's.
Then what?
I believe you. We never went to Pedro's because you tried to make us go, and we
Alex was
said
like,
no.
let's
I'm not.
go to the south of the border. It looked abysmal. It looked terrible.
You should have seen it in person with all the lights.
It looked like a trailer park from a GTA game.
It did.
That's actually a wonderful, wonderful comparison.
There's actually a place on my
Hot
map
chocolate, baby.
that I marked down near the Pedros. I pinned it because it just looked like a huge abandoned, like, little city thing.
Abandoned city?
177. Yeah, I pinned it. It's I don't know where it is to the Pedros. Can't be too far, but it's in the middle of South Carolina, actually. It's right
What's
by
was like-
before Pedro's?
It's right by a huge. There's like some decent sized lakes. It's the second largest one from the Atlantic Ocean. Following,
Second largest lake from the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, it's called Lake Marion.
Lake Marion, South Carolina.
Yeah, it's right off of 95.
Oh,
I think if you search 177 Mall Street, I actually want to see if I can find this on Google Maps.
I'm on Earth.
Takes me 6 hours to get there.
To Buc-ee's?
No, to Lake Marion. To fucking Buc-ee's, dude. Have you seen the video where the guy's like, "Y'all need to go to Bussie's"?
You don't need to go.
I
to
love-
Macy's.
It takes
Anthony-
me less than 5 hours to get to Bussie's.
What?
Anthony, is it before you cross Lake Marion or after?
It is before.
Okay, I see like a
So
golf
if you
course.
go to Lake Marion, you have to be on 95.
Okay, I'm on 95.
Actually, I'm looking at it right now. So right at the edge before you cross that lake, you'll see these like little inlets.
Yeah.
That's the golf course. And you'll go back a little bit to that street with some buildings.
Okay, that little
And then
town area, low
right
key.
to the right of 95, there's these long-looking buildings.
This episode of the Hello
I
Harem
think I see
podcast
them.
is brought to you by a lack
like a
of
motel.
visuals.
No, they're all abandoned.
The motel thing
Yep, all gone.
with there's a pool. It looks like.
Yeah, they're all abandoned
How do you know?
because we
Well,
drove by it.
Luke has a weekend trip coming up to an abandoned city.
Those do not look abandoned.
They're abandoned as fuck, dude. We drove right by them. I remember it. That's why I pinned
Hold
it.
on.
I
I
pinned
must
it
be in the
on my map.
wrong area.
Now,
No,
are
you're
you
not.
sure, Thorpe, or is that the place that has over 115 hotels in it?
This is not south of the border.
It wasn't
Dude.
south of the border. It was like Lebanon or something.
This is the place, man.
South of the border. looks like a
Anthony,
trailer
do
park.
each of the buildings have a like a little tower thing on them?
Bro, get on Street View.
I am on Street View.
Yeah,
I
this
can't
this
find-
place was abandoned at AF, dog. It was done.
You viewers-
I can't find what you're saying.
Yeah, it is. I'm serious.
Are you viewers ready to see how well we prepare for the podcast?
What do you mean prepare?
Hey,
I can't
whose
find
anime
it.
of the week is it?
Mine.
It was mine.
Yeah, it is.
last.
Yeah,
I
Were you
have it.
prepared?
Yeah,
oh,
I
you
have-
do? Oh my
Yeah.
God, Alex actually remembered.
No,
I know. I have it.
No wonder my car broke down. That was an omen. Fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on. I gotta find these buildings.
You're looking at them. They're the places that you're claiming are not abandoned.
With the cupolas on
Yeah.
them on top.
What the fuck is a cupola?
It's the,
Yes.
okay,
I know what you're talking about. Yes, it is those things.
Anthony. Those look like storage units.
No, we drove by them.
Yeah,
my
they still look like storage
Who
units.
Care.
Luke, that's your day trip. It's your
I'll do the
6-hour
day trip,
weekend
but I
trip.
don't think we need to sit here and argue about Google Maps when you can just show us after the podcast.
Yeah, he
found
could
it.
actually. Weekend
Yeah.
trip.
There you go. Now we weekend trip. Where am I gonna sleep? In the abandoned hotel?
And the
actually would be
abandoned
cool.
cupola.
That would
cupolas.
actually be kind of cool.
That would be.
That's your
spooky.
word of the day. Those things on the top of like barns and what we just saw, and some people put them on their garages on that very tip-top corner. It's called cupolas.
How do you spell that?
Probably C-O-U-P.
Sure,
Ula.
C-O-O-P.
Oola.
Oh,
Nice.
Cupola. Cupola.
cupola.
Did you guys know that gargoyles were actually used as downspouts?
Were they really?
No,
Yep,
I didn't.
Gargoyles are not decoration. They actually have a use. They are just fancy downspouts, and people didn't like the way they looked, so they use them as like rain runoffs.
Gargoyles are fucking cool though.
Gargoyles are sweet.
Yeah,
I love
and
me
they
some
have a use.
gargoyles.
They're sweet and they have a use.
Mm-hmm.
Just like
I always
the
thought they
cartoon
were for
gargoyles.
I loved gargoyles.
I did
I
too.
did like that show. I always thought they were used I thought they were like a religious thing. Ward off the demons.
Nope, that's what everybody thinks. They were just
Mhm.
decorations for downspouts.
I wish
Wow.
we would have like kept that architecture. Those are nasty looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Loki,
the
so are
architecture
flying
kinda looked-
buttresses.
Ah, the classic flying buttress.
The flying buttress. Luke, have you seen one?
You've
You,
seen
you know what they
You're
are?
good. You're good.
Yeah, classic Gothic architecture.
We're in architecture class today. We got cupolas, gargoyles, flying buttresses.
Gnomes.
Did you guys know that gnomes were actually used for cupolas?
Gnomes
back
were
in the day?
gnomes were actually sprinkler decorations.
Gnomes
They
actually
would-
gnomes are actually the guardians and the watchmen of the cupolas. Like so similar to a man in a lighthouse, the gnomes get in the top of the cupolas and ward off demons.
You're like, I think that's why they put them in gardens, is because they guard the gardens, actually. But like, yeah, I guess you could say they're in cupolas.
Peter
Kinda
Cottontail
gnome.
stumbled into the wrong garden today.
Oh no, he's
Well-
on the south side.
Gnomes are mythical creatures.
They are. I would kick a gnome so hard.
I would kick a gnome
would
so
kick a
I'd
fucking
gnome.
kick
hard,
that
just for
motherfucker
fun.
right in the face.
I think they're actually like peaceful with humans, but I would kick one so fucking hard if given the chance.
Shit,
Isn't
sorry.
there a
dog.
horror movie called Gnomes?
Probably.
There's one called Leprechaun.
Not Leprechaun. Not
No.
the cult classic.
You don't love Leprechaun 2? What is Leprechaun 2? It's like something in the hood. What is it? Oh, you guys know what the title
I
is.
know,
don't
don't
know.
have to
I
tell.
know.
You,
Probably like
you like even if you've never
Irish in the
seen it,
Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood 2000 film.
It's like
When was
it's
the
a,
first one filmed?
What's
The first one
Leprechaun?
was
I don't know.
filmed.
1993.
That movie used to scare the piss out of me, honestly. I was actually scared when I would watch it.
I kind
And
of
then
want
the
to watch Leprechaun
sequel.
in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood. That has a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I saw some today. I don't know what movie it was. It was like, I don't know. It was something about a prairie. Some lady that was in Star Wars and stuff. She put 750 milli or 75 mil into this movie, and it grossed $870 in the box office.
Woo!
Was it
Big winner.
what?
I don't know. I don't know what it was. Cause something about the prairie.
Dude, the prayer what?
Yeah, I saw it on Reddit today.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
It might have been like All Quiet on the Prairie, something like that.
So she put a ton of money into
Was
this
it the one that
movie.
played Princess Leia? What's her name?
No, she was in The Mandalorian. She was a newer actor.
Mandalorian
She had black hair. Hold on.
actress failed movie. Let's see. Gina Carano.
Yeah, her movie, whatever it was called.
She put in $75 million.
Yeah, that was like the budget for this thing, and it made $875 or something
And
like
she was
that.
fired from The Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Is this the
The
same
title-
one?
Yeah, that's the girl, yeah. The title of the post was like, it had something to do with like woke. It was like get woke or get waked.
Nobody
Something.
likes to see a woman succeed.
Or like something like that.
Oh, here it is. Terror on the Prairie.
That's it, yeah.
It has an 83% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, Leprechaun is a 33, so you know Rotten Tomatoes isn't right. Alexa,
That was
shut up.
That was Leprechaun in the Hood. You have a Google.
Leprechaun
button.
in the Hood, first off. And second off, Leprechaun in the Hood, it gets too much hate. Oh, wait, that wasn't this. What the fuck? So you had Leprechaun, Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, Leprechaun 4 in space, Leprechaun in the Hood, Leprechaun Origins, and then Leprechaun Returns.
I know what
And
we're
Leprechaun
doing.
Returns.
Luke, when you come back up for the convention, we're not watching seasonal animes. We're watching
We
the
are
Leprechaun
watching
series.
It's not a trilogy.
There's
It's
like
more than
7
that.
movies.
Like 7 fucking movies. And
Yeah.
Leprechaun Returns came out in 2018.
Oh my god.
What's Rotten Tomatoes give for the first Leprechaun? Okay, I guess I can't find out. Thank you, Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it not there?
Hold on, I'm looking. Hold on, I'm on the case. Luke's on the
In the
case.
corner of my book.
Leprechaun on Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see, what did it get? 27% with an audience score of 32%. So people liked Leprechaun in the Hood more.
All right.
How, man? It's the original Leprechaun.
Yeah, based Leprechaun in the Hood.
All I remember from that movie is what he looks like and the one scene with the pogo stick.
I remember there was a scene where he was running through the house and it was dark.
And he's going.
That's what I remember the most. And he bit some guy's leg.
Yeah, he's kind of a
Have
nut.
you guys ever seen the movie? It's like Jack Frost or something, and that's just what it's called. But it's a guy that dies and turns into a snowman.
Yeah, I think so.
Is
I'm
it
pretty
like a
sure.
happy movie?
No,
No.
no, he's a
Not.
serial killer that dies, turns into a snowman, and then he goes around killing people as a fucking snowman.
All right.
Is it a good movie? No,
You know what?
No.
I saw.
not even close.
What day did I see this? It was over like the New Year's era, around that time frame. The movie Violent Night.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw that. It was good.
I was
Really?
gonna say, it actually had good ratings.
I would recommend going to see it.
I'm surprised. Have you guys seen the movie Megan? The trailers for Megan?
I've seen the trailers.
No, it was all over TikTok like
It's,
2 months
So-
ago.
I thought it was gonna be just like I thought it was like a legit horror movie, and it looked really fucking bad. Apparently, it's actually a horror comedy.
Comedy?
Yeah, it's a horror comedy. So, and people really like it because I guess they think it does it well.
They're not
Kind of like I heard the menu's really
advertising
good.
it as a horror comedy at all. Because I just
No,
thought
they're
it was a
not.
horror. I've seen the ads in the
No.
theaters, but now that you mentioned it's a
They're
horror
not.
comedy, that gives it kind of a different light and a different perspective on how I might view
That
it.
yeah, because I was at work and someone was talking about it, and I was like, I don't want to see it. It looks like shit. He's going to see it Friday. He's like, people are saying it's a horror comedy, and I was like, all right, I guess.
I know people love it. They've been obsessed with it.
Hey, I mean, if it's a horror comedy, horror's been doing really good recently, and I'm kind of mad about
Honestly, it has. I still need to see the Black Phone.
it. I need
Yeah, I
to
do
see Black
too.
Phone. I want to see the menu. I haven't seen Nope yet.
I haven't seen no.
I have
other-
to see all of his movies. I have to see all of them.
I've seen.
I heard
What's this one where they hold hands? What the fuck is that?
Us
Stay Quiet?
I think it's Us.
or
There's,
Get
there's
Out.
like, there's the people, and then they have not clones.
Oh, the
but like
clones of them
twins.
are like shadow people
Yeah,
or whatever. Yeah,
underground,
that's
and they were-
Us.
Yeah, Us was good. Jordan
I
Jordan
watched
Peele is a
Get
good
Out.
director. I haven't seen Get Out either.
That one's
haven't seen
really
any.
good.
I-
That's
I've
the only
heard
one
good
I had.
things
That's the
about
only
that.
one I've seen, and that one's really fucking good. Fuck, what's the other movie? The one where the guy's in like a. It's not called Gladiator. It begins with a B.
Is it that era?
Elaborate.
Yeah,
Oh,
hold on.
Babylon?
Not. It might be Babylon. Is that a horror movie? I think it is.
Is it newer?
No, that's a drama comedy. It is newer. Hold on.
Horror movies that start with B. Bepracon.
The Babadook.
Barbarian. Barbarian.
Mm.
I heard that one's really good, actually.
I watched this
And it has a
movie-
92% on Rotten Tomato.
What the fuck is it? I think it's called The Northman.
I heard that's really good, too.
I watched that. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
I need to get back into watching movies. I used to love watching movies, and I just don't anymore.
Big commitment, honestly.
I love going to the theater. I
do
much like
too.
going to the theater.
And the only problem is that the last few times I've gone to the theater has been nothing but disappointment and a waste of money. And now I'm like,
I remember the last movie I saw Top Gun Maverick in theater.
I've had some.
I watched it
pretty
on
the rest.
Discord.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and it was like okay at best. I think the only reason I enjoyed it so much is because we were all making fun of the movie the whole time because none of it made sense.
I liked
thought
it because
was-
nostalgia.
It was nostalgic. I think like the action plot to it was way overdone. The whole like mission.
You have to
it
fly your
was- it just
F-18s
didn't-
through the canyon at Mach
And then
3,
you have to
go
pull
up
up
9
nine-
Gs, and then
yeah,
go
it
straight
was-
down and fire the missiles because for some reason we can't throw a volley or a fucking missile strike from space on it. You have to do it in F-18s. And then the 5th gen fighters come, and then you're going to shoot them down with a 1970s plane.
that you stole
And-
from a base.
You stole, but it miraculously has
The worst
fuel and
part
rice.
was RJ was in the fucking chat with us when we were watching it. So RJ and I were both shitting on all of the aircraft carrier scenes. And then B, RJ pointed out that their 5th gen fighters were like,
It's not a fucking 5th gen fighter.
no, not even close. They're jets from like 3 generations ago.
It's the
They were,
Su-57, and it's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a newer jet, but it doesn't have any of the capabilities that a 5th gen fighter should have. Like
No,
That's
stealth.
because it's
and-
Russian, though, right?
Yeah,
and the F-18 would have absolutely no problem dogfighting that.
Yeah.
And then they showed it doing like a thrust vector.
It was the maneuver.
and
Yeah. They're like,
It's cool. It's a neat trick,
Mhm.
but it's not like applicable.
It's like there's
No.
you know the movie Red Tails?
I love that
I
movie.
haven't seen it.
It's a good movie, but there's a scene in it where for reference for people who have not seen Red Tails, I'll just go very quick synopsis of what the Red Tails were. Red Tails were, aka the Tuskegee Airmen. They were an all African American fighter pilot squadron, and their P-51 Mustangs were painted specifically red on the tail. They called them the Red Tails. So, and this is World War II for those who needed clarification. There's a scene where he's flying, and he touches the rudder, and the plane literally stops midair, spins around, and then he shoots down a 109, and then goes right back at it. I'm like, no, that's
I just want to say
literally impossible.
this is relevant. I was playing War Thunder one night, and I was using the German planes. And I was looking up tactics for like the planes I had for the 109 and the 190. I'm like, well, what advantages do these planes have? And one said that the 190 had like a really powerful engine, so you can take it up high and usually outfly other planes. So I'm like, okay, I'm flying, and I don't know what was behind me, but I started shooting. So I go like pretty much vertical. I'm going straight up, and then I kill the engine. I used the rudders, and I did a 180 backwards. I shot the dude down and then went straight back down.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I did that one time, and I lost my shit. I was so excited that I did that. And then I shot 2 people down with just rockets, unguided. I was pogging off, man. Absolutely pogging off.
That game's fun when you pog off. It fucking sucks when you're
When you
getting the
get
shit
shit,
kicked
like
out of
when
you.
I play the tank battles, I just die.
My favorite part is when
my
I'm
last
trying
tank
to
battles
unlock
were
a
good.
plane.
What do you mean unlock a plane?
Yeah,
you
What?
that doesn't happen.
When you
You
wait,
mean
what?
spend $20?
No, once you
When
get
you-
past
wait,
like
what?
tier 4, unlocking doesn't exist.
Yeah, you have to play for 20 hours to get like
Wait.
half the.
What are you guys talking
XP.
about?
War Thunder. What?
Wait,
You guys unlock planes?
what? I was making a joke. You guys unlock the planes?
No.
I have like
How-
300
how?
hours. That's how I get them.
How? Dude, that gets you one plane.
Yeah.
still have
the
yet-
Sop with Camel.
I'm also a little upset. If you go to like the Navy section, the Blue Water Fleet, under like any faction, there's no big battleships.
No,
Like,
there's
there's
not.
no Iowa class. I was looking for like North Carolina, Wisconsin, Massachusetts, New Jersey,
Yeah, there's no big
anything.
ones.
Nothing.
I wish there was a good battleship game.
I
Like,
know.
just naval ship
It would
game
be
in general.
like-
World of Warships fucking blows ass, and anyone who says it
Yeah.
doesn't, you're just
And
wrong.
like,
I'm
do
sorry.
you guys remember when we were in Anthony's room and he was doing like the mock battleship battles
yeah, I
in
was doing the Blue Water. That was War Thunder.
Yeah, and it took like fucking. You didn't even sink
Oh
turpits.
my god, it took for. I was just shooting at that
Yeah.
thing point blank.
Like you literally probably put like 100 shells into it.
It would be hard to make a good, interesting like naval game.
It would be
I think it would
hard.
be very difficult because all the battles take place far away. I mean, it would be sweet if someone did it right. I just don't know how
Mhm.
they would do it.
I don't know either.
With
I
planes,
feel like
it's
it'd be like
easy.
I feel like it'd be like a mission type game. You know what I mean? Like
I'd
one
be
time,
fine with that. Even.
Yeah, I would actually
like,
be cool
one
with that.
one
Like,
day you're maybe in Leyte Gulf and you're in the Battle of Leyte, and like you're firing 16-inch
A
volleys, and then
team-based fleet shooter.
that would be sweet.
that'd
like,
be cool.
That would be pretty sick.
Then like
Like there's
planes
you have
come
to
in,
go
so you have to switch your
anti-air.
gun. Yeah, so you have to switch your guns, go to the 20 mils. Speaking of battleships, we saw North Carolina again this weekend, and there's actually about equal amounts open up on that ship now than there is Massachusetts.
I think the big difference is we couldn't go up into like the captain's quarters and the bridge.
I was in the bridge.
So the bridge is open now.
It is. There's a lot more compartments open. You can get what you can get in. Not the cap where he slept, but you can get in. You know how Yorktown you could sit where the captain would sit
Yeah.
in the front. You can get in there, and you can go up. I think one extra level, and they have a new. It's not like a new display. At least maybe it might be, but kind of in that upper deck area, right by the 20 mil installation, they have a little place you can go in where 3 crew members would sleep. Where it was basically like the gun machine shop. It's a very small, kind of housing, probably half the size of your room, Anthony, and it's just like a metal workshop for guns. And the guy in there was kind of giving the tour, and he was like showing us like what they would do, how they would change the barrel every like 100 rounds for the 20 mil guns. He showed us the different sizes they used. First, they started using 50 cal, then 1 inch. And the captain in North Carolina, when they went back in to get repairs, he was like, because they hated the 1 inch armaments they used. They fucking hated them because they would always jam and stuff. And he's like, I'm not leaving port until you upgrade the guns and give us the 20 mils. So they gave him the 20 mils, and then they had the bigger ones. And he like let us hold the actual bullets, the clips of them. You know how they come in 4s.
Mm-hmm.
He let us hold those. He let us hold the barrel of the gun, which weighed like 60 pounds. He showed us a tool they would use to change and pull out the barrel real quick. It was really fucking cool. It was really, really cool.
It is dope. They
So
have it
I'll-
open. One thing I really appreciate about the North Carolina is her camo.
Yeah, that's probably one of the coolest things about that ship.
Luke is sending something. What are you sending?
Sorry, Andy sent something and he added me in it, and I had to respond to him.
New Garfield,
Garfield
limited
Wub?
edition.
Oh, fuck.
One,
They made
a new Garfield hoodie.
Wub. They made Garfield Wub.
Oh, that's disgusting. I'm excited when we go to the New Jersey because they have a YouTube channel that they're fairly active on. And I get
I
recommended.
always
a lot
watch
of
their videos.
and the ship looks like it's in really good condition. I'm very excited
Yeah.
to go.
You know what I'm a little nervous for?
Going to New Jersey.
Being in
No,
Camden.
Intrepid. Intrepid.
How so? Like, what are your concerns?
I saw a picture of Intrepid from like an aerial view, and I
She's
just was reading the
got a
comments.
big tent on her.
Like 3 fucking big tents.
Yeah, it's a bit.
And I don't know how in depth it is. Like people said, it's really not that crazy. Like Yorktown, it's nothing compared to Yorktown.
I mean, that's all right. I at least want to go on the boat, which
Yeah.
we will.
I get to step on top of Intrepid, and then we get
Yeah.
to see New York City. Oh no.
And then, unfortunately, we have to go to Camden for New Jersey, but we'll make do.
Yeah.
Oh no. My favorite part about New Jersey, going near Philadelphia.
I did get some insider info about the USS Texas.
About her being dry dock.
Yeah, it said about 1 more year she'll be out of dry dock.
Well, we won't be going there for a little bit. We still have to go to Alabama.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
And then
Oh,
we can go to
boy.
Texas.
Mobile, Alabama.
Our-
And
our-
USS Texas is going to stay where it is in dry dock. It's not going back to its original
Where's
position.
it at?
I think Galveston right now.
Where's Galveston?
It's on the coast of
Texas.
Texas. It's staying in
Galveston.
Galveston. It's not going back to where it was.
Didn't it have like a
We could go
little
see
museum?
RJ.
Where's he at in Texas?
I don't know where he's at in Texas, but he's in
Texas is
Texas.
a big fucking state.
That's where he
dude.
is,
Like,
man.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
huge.
over. You think he's over like near Houston. There's a base over by Houston somewhere, I think.
God, no,
Watch
Texas,
it
probably
be
a
like
10-hour drive in
13-hour
Texas.
drive. Yeah, Texas
Yeah.
is too fucking big.
You can fit the entire United States inside of Texas.
Like twice.
And twice. Anthony, what'd you say?
Where the Texas originally wasn't there like fuck my throat. Like another ship by it and some aircraft, or is that Alabama?
That's
It's one of those two. I remember
it's
looking at
it's
them.
another it's it's an aircraft
It
carrier.
was not an
that's in
aircraft
Texas.
carrier. There was no aircraft
Okay,
carrier in Texas.
Then it's Alabama because Texas didn't have shit around it. That's why they're moving it, because the tourism where it was horrible, and it was all around
like
marsh and like a bunch of industrial plants. And if they had an industrial spill, you couldn't go see the boat because they wouldn't let you drive there.
RJ
Which
would only
apparent-
be 4 hours from Galveston.
That's not bad.
He's down in. I remember he's in Corpus Christi.
Oh,
Corpus
okay.
Christi.
But
Is that
apparently that was a big problem.
the getting tourists there.
Yeah,
I can imagine. Where do you know where it was at? The name of the city, where it was?
I forget what he said. I forget off the top of my head.
I looked it up at one point, but I don't know now.
Yeah, I
it's not that
forget.
it even matters anymore.
Yeah.
Texas.
So we're driving to
Anyway.
Texas, right?
No. I don't know whose car we're
on.
taking. Whose car are you taking?
Tippy, we'll take Tippy's.
Hitmobile.
We'll take Tippy's
Tipmobile.
car.
All right.
My
Do you guys
car.
want to? You guys want to hear the drink I'm gonna make this weekend before we get into anime of the week?
Unfortunately, I'll listen.
We get a Bucky nugget to prepare.
That'd be
All right.
great.
So the order goes in a blender: ice, a shot of Jaeger, crush the ice, add a shot of Jaeger, put iced coffee, add a shot of Jaeger, add a shot of Jaeger, dip banana in Jaeger, add the banana, add a shot of Jaeger, add a shot of Jaeger, add a shot of Jaeger, mix it up, and then put a Jaeger bomb in it when you're done.
Wait, could you go over the first 3 steps again?
Add ice, add a shot of
a-
Jaeger,
Crush the
and then
ice.
crush it.
So
It's like a Jaeger slushy.
Iced coffee.
so you add the Jaeger, you add ice,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you add a shot of Jaeger,
Mhm.
yeah,
and you crush the ice that is in the blender.
yeah. You turn
Yeah,
on the
blend
blender. What are
Okay.
you not getting?
I
never
say
mind.
what's not following there.
Okay.
And then you add some more Jaeger. What is
There
it,
are
2
in
shots?
total. So it's ice, Jaeger, crush ice, Jaeger, iced coffee, Jaeger, banana in Jaeger, add the banana, Jaeger, pour it in a cup, Jaeger bomb.
Okay.
Are the banana and Jaeger a separate shot? Is that like a new shot? Because if so, that's 9.
Well, I think
I-
the trick is the Jaeger absorbs into the nanner.
So you take the banana, you take your shot of Jaeger, you dip it in, and then you
then you
throw
put
it
it
in. He didn't show it, but I'm gonna top off that shot with Jaeger to make sure it's full of Jaeger and
So
then
you're
throw
at
it
like,
in.
You're like a 9.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 9 shots of Jaeger in one iced coffee banana blended bullshit smoothie.
With a Red Bull.
Yeah, with
I'm
a
not
Red
throwing.
Bull. You
No,
have
there was
to.
no direction. No, there
That's a
was no
Jaeger
direction.
bomb.
I'm
A Jaeger
following.
bomb.
I'm following. No, he said like add a bomb of Jaeger, not Jaeger, not make a Jaeger bomb.
How do you know?
Because he showed it in the video
So a bomb of Jaeger is a shot of Jaeger.
that you drop in.
I thought
So
the
you're
Jaeger bomb
blending
was
the
drink
glass
itself.
too.
No, I said you pour it in a cup, then you drop the Jaeger in. Ding dong, fucking guy. Viewers at home, if you think Tippy doesn't listen, could you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe? Also, ring the bell for notifications. We post every week, and follow us on our social medias found in the description below.
This is going to be
Make
our
sure to
most
do
liked
that.
video.
What's that?
This is going to be our most liked video.
Yeah, I know.
That's 2 likes you have to give us now. Make a second
Guys, we
account.
got 1,000 subscribers from the last video.
What?
They all think Tippy can't listen.
They all rang the bell.
Now give us an anime of the week, Goober Boy.
Yeah.
All right, my anime of the week is one I watched recently called Waiting in the Summer. Waiting in the Summer. This aired in January of 2012, so it's an older one. So pretty much, our main guy, Kaito Kirishima, he's out one night with his camera on this bridge, and he sees this light, and it hits him, and then he dies. But he wakes up, and he's like, wow, that was a weird dream. So he's walking on his way to school, and he sees this girl on a train passing, red hair, out of place because she's literally the only character with different colored hair in this show. So that was kind of interesting. And they lock eyes. And then he sees her on the school grounds. And it turns out she's the new student there. Well, he's walking home. And she's walking home as well. And she doesn't have a place to stay. So he's like, well, you can stay at my house. So she's like, okay. And they're at the house and stuff. And our main guy, Kaito, is in the, where you take your shoes off. I forget what that's called. But he's there and he collapses, and in comes the new girl, and she kisses him and heals him. And in walks his sister and his childhood friend. And they see this and they're like, what the fuck? So they call a family meeting. They're like, okay, what the hell's going on? And it turns out that, well, she doesn't explain this. Only one person knows, only Kaito does. But she is an alien from outer space. Her ship crash landed on Earth, and she actually did kill Kaito in that first scene. It was not a dream. So they find all that out and stuff, and they're like, well, okay. You can just stay at our house for a while then. Until her ship was supposed to be repaired or something. She was staying for the summer. And they all decide their group of friends. So it's Kaito, alien girl, childhood friend, his best friend, and then there's another girl and another girl. And they all decide to make a movie in the summer. And the plot of the movie is an alien girl crash lands on Earth and tries to get back, unknowing that the red-haired girl, her name is Ichika, is actually an alien. Nobody knows except Kaito. So they plan to make this movie, and there are a bunch of different kind of love lines in this one. So Kaito likes Ichika. Ichika likes Kaito, but obviously they don't say it. Childhood friend likes Kaito. Kaito's friend likes childhood friend that likes Kaito. And then the other girl in his class likes Kaito's friend who likes the childhood friend. And kind of there's drama in between. They go to different scenes to film. They go to the beach. Stuff happens there. And the big climax of the show is when Ichika's sister comes from space and she's like, hey, there was a distress signal that was accidentally sent out. We've come to save you. And then she has to go back to space. But they don't want her to go back to space. So there's this huge event where they're trying to run from an alien spaceship. It's an automated one that just tries to take her back. And they end up taking her back. And then I guess you'll have to watch the show to find out what happens at the end.
They scissor.
No, they don't. Actually, the ending is what caught me by surprise and what actually made me uh, sad, but it made it it was a good ending because it was not what I was expecting.
I can assume one of two things happen.
Are you gonna say it, or are you just gonna assume them?
Should I say it? Is that well? It came out in 2012.
Well, not
so I
not
guess it doesn't
you.
matter.
Thorpe said he's gonna,
Oh yeah.
he's gonna assume two things happen and just didn't say shit.
I'm gonna assume. I mean, she either comes back or she doesn't. I'm assuming she does not.
Yeah, she actually doesn't end up coming back.
And Kaito dies.
No, he doesn't.
And then what happens to like the whole love conundrum?
You
So
get resolved.
his
Is there
childhood
resolution?
friend, I'm just gonna say their names. Her name is Tanigawa.
Tanigawa or Kawa?
Tanigawa. So she, Kaito eventually finds out she likes him, and then he rejects her, essentially. So they don't end up together. And then his best friend, his name is Tetsuro. There's a girl named Mio who likes him, but Tetsuro likes Tanigawa. Tanigawa rejects Tetsuro, and Mio and Tetsuro end up together.
So the
And at the end of the
childhood friend and the main guy just end up alone.
yes, but Ichika and Kaito ended up together before she left. In like episode 10, so they dated for a little bit before she got sent back to space.
Imagine
So,
dating a
like,
girl and then she
There's
goes
like
to
a hint that
space.
she will come back, but it doesn't happen in the show.
It's also probably,
Even in the OVA, there's one OVA and it did not happen.
they did an OVA and the girl didn't come back, or did it take place before she went to space?
Mm-mm.
So it's
After.
just the friends on Earth.
Yep. It's kind of like a
Oh.
flashback. Like they rewatched the movie they made over the summer after they graduate high school and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
And they find out that the alien was the friends they made along the way.
It was the friend they made along
Actually,
the way.
yes. And eventually they all find
Um.
out she's an alien anyway, and they're like, "We have to protect you because we don't want you to go back." But
They're
it was
gonna-
a really really fun show. It was animated. I don't know who JC Staff.
Can you spell the name one more time?
JC
this one?
Staff.
It's called Waiting in the Summer.
JC Staff does Don Machi.
Did
And a
they
bunch of other
do High School of the Dead?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because there is not a reference, but there is a blatant like scene from that show in this movie. They literally took High School of the Dead and put it in this show. They were watching High School of the Dead.
I enjoy
It was
when
the scene. It
studios
was
do
episode
that.
1. What's that?
I enjoy when studios do that and they include like other works.
I do
I
too.
do have this on my watch list, actually.
This was so blatant. I really did like this show. It was really, really good. A lot better than I thought. It had its like common tropes and stuff, but it's like one of those older ones, so it wasn't like so outdone at the time they did it.
This was done in 2012.
hmm It was a really fun show. I really, really liked it. I finished it in 3 days. It was really good.
How many alien space? I feel like I can be more clever than just alien spacecraft. Well, first
Yeah.
off,
I
what's
almost
the
said-
deal?
I want to say buy one get one something. Buy one get one 50% off your next order of large popcorn.
Do they go to the moon?
You just had to throw 50% off in, didn't you? You
Yeah,
just
well,
had
they're-
to.
They are making a movie. The whole show is kind of centered around finishing this movie that they want to make.
You know that before I get into the rating system, that reminds me of what show was it? It aired not too long ago. People didn't really like it. It was sad The day I became a god.
Oh yeah.
Isn't the plot there is they're filming this movie, and
Yeah.
then they can't. They
Well, at
won't.
one point they were.
They were filming the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what it reminded me of, a little bit.
Yeah, I forgot they tried to film a movie in that.
They did because then
almost
they'll
said-
watch it.
I
Yeah.
almost said how many V-Bucks out of 10. I don't know why. It doesn't make any
I
sense.
want
So
to
don't
think
take
of
that
like
one.
some clever alien thing, but I can't really think.
How
of
many
It.
probes out of 10 do you give it?
Yeah.
I give this like 9 anal probes out of 10.
I'd never added anal, but that's what you added. I just want to make that blatantly clear. You said anal, I did not. That word never came out of my fucking mouth.
Yeah, I'd give it like 9 anal probes out of 10.
Just remember, everyone out there, the word anal did not come out of my lips. I did
was-
not utter that tip on
it-
his own.
It was a fun show. I really did enjoy it.
I think there
It's
should
been a while
be-
since I just got to sit back and watch a show that was on my list, not an airing one, and just something that I wanted to watch.
That's kind of how it was with Wataten, except I rolled for that and it was fun.
Hmm.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I'm watching Smartphone Isekai now, which I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot more entertaining than I thought it would be, and it kind of irritates me.
Luke, did you
That's
watch?
in another world with my smartphone, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
what I
the
thought.
second season airing next?
it airs
season?
like I think it's next season or the season after.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's why I'm watching it because I'm shitty Isekai the guy.
Did you watch
Yeah.
Your Boy
And-
Kong Man?
No, I didn't.
There's an epic rap scene.
Yeah, I know. Everyone talked about it, and that was like the only thing people talked about from the whole show. Other than that,
Yeah.
nobody said shit about
It
it.
was good. They spit some fucking bars.
Like, there's like 3 scenes that everyone talked about. Other than that, nobody gave a shit about that show. So I don't know if it's good or not. I have not a single fucking
I'm
clue.
like 7 episodes in. I'm very much enjoying it. Very much.
Smartphone Isekai, I'm actually enjoying too. It's really fucking stupid. They have like, dumb jokes that fall flat,
Yeah.
but in a funny way. So like he has just a magic ability called Slip, and it just makes things slip. And you're like, oh, that's a funny one-off gag. Except they keep doing it every fucking episode, and it's still funny to me, and I don't know why. Recently, he literally makes a fucking gun. Like he just has straight up, it's just a fucking gun. And he walks over and these people run away from him, and he uses like his super magic speed to catch up to them, and he just shoots both of them just straight up.
Is that his ability?
No, he made a gun. He has like he can use every type of magic, blah blah isekai bullshit powers. So he uses one of his abilities to transform pure materials into pieces of a gun, and then uses magic to make the gun work. And then he puts rubber bullets in and just shoots people with it. So now he makes people slip and fall and shoots them.
So Gate, but with rubber bullets.
Gate, except he doesn't go back. There's no cute lolly. There's no gothic Lolita. There's no elf.
Massacres.
Not Gate at all.
There's no war. Tanks.
Think Gate if it wasn't Gate at all, and the guy had a smartphone.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And then you have Gate.
Gate was fucking awesome.
Gate is awesome. I love that
Would you
show.
consider
Gate was-
an isekai?
Not really, because they go back and forth.
Yeah.
It's like the Arizona half and half iced tea.
Okay. Really?
Thank you,
Good
thank you, Alex.
analogy
Very
there.
cool.
Am I wrong?
It's like, it's half lemonade, half iced tea. Holy shit.
It's
You know,
like
you got
half
your-
isekai, half reverse isekai.
You got your sour and you got your sweet.
They're not
Sour-
Sour Patch Kids.
They're sour sweet
Okay,
gone.
it's like a Sour Patch Kid. First they're sour, then
I
they're
just
sweet.
said it's not like that.
Well, then it's like ice. It's like Arnold Palmer.
That's the same thing.
You know, they go in, they massacre everybody. Like it's very one-sided.
It's like when he had his golf career.
It was very one-sided. All they had to do was just not attack the military.
Yeah, isn't that like crazy how that thought process
Yeah.
works?
Guys, let's attack them with bow and arrows, and then they'll attack us with Apache helicopters.
Like they lose so they fight so many times and they lose abysmally every single time. You would think
Dude,
Fucking
maybe
awesome.
that we shouldn't continue to fight these mechanized
All right.
metal things.
Thorpe, I'm gonna give you an analogy to real world occurrences. All the Native Americans had to do was not try to fight the Spanish who had guns.
Well,
What did
the,
they do?
The issue with that was like disease was what destroyed the Native Americans. Disease is what wiped them out.
Yeah, they also tried to fight the Spanish who had fucking guns.
Yeah, but I would argue that they could hold their own if it weren't for the diseases that just ravaged them. I mean, the diseases took out like 90% of all of them. In Gate, we don't have to worry about that. Well,
You have
might
to worry about
actually.
Abrams.
You know, what if they did get
How
like
do you know?
smallpox?
How do you know that there's not smallpox in Gate? They
That's-
never said it.
What if there is?
But you don't know. You don't know. Maybe the fucking people in the other world also had to deal with smallpox on top of that. You think about that?
And I didn't. Now I am.
Yeah, yeah. Now think about that.
I
Now it's
didn't.
the exact same. Native Americans and the Spanish, otherworldly,
Well,
mystical creatures in
militaries
an
and-
Abrams.
The only thing with like the Spanish and the Native Americans was like there wasn't, like a 700-year difference technologically. Like there
Alright,
might have been
here.
like a 50, 100-year span maybe.
All right, here. I'll put it this way then. You go to North Sentinel Island and you have a fucking gun. Are they going to keep running at you even though you're killing them with a fucking gun?
I'm curious.
Let's go find out.
Let's run an
The answer
experiment.
is most likely yes because you're on their fucking land and they don't care. They want you out. They're like bacteria. They will go in and kill
be
them
fair,
themselves
like,
just
In
to
Gate,
fight
we get
something.
the perspective of the medieval people. We get the
They
people
started
that-
it.
They did.
They did start
They
it.
did.
It's their fault.
I'm not saying it's
their
not.
fault.
But if you were the king and these people just showed up on your fucking land and said, "Wow, we have guns, surrender," are you gonna be like, "Oh, I should surrender. I'm the king"? Or are you gonna say, "Fuck
I'm
you,
not-
we're gonna fight you either way"?
I guess like one or two times through, I'd be
Right,
like
like-
the first time you're like, let's show them what we can do, and then they all get massacred, and you're like, okay, that didn't go as planned. Let's
They
try
did do
again.
one or two times through, and then they mortar striked the fucking horses, and they were like, "All right, we should probably stop trying to fight them now."
But they kept
literally, no, they didn't. When did they keep going? They were all, they were like, "All right, fuck it, whatever." And then fucking the Japanese were like, "We're not here to invade you, by the way. We're just here because we're trying to explore this." That was it.
Orders.
And, like they
Apaches.
literally mortar striked the one dude who was like the king or whatever, was like, "We can't fucking beat this," and then tried to make peace with them.
They got
That was
murked.
awesome.
They got Nick
Yeah.
murked.
So where in the show did they keep going?
I thought there was more than 2 battle scenes. There was the original
No.
one, like the one in the beginning. Then
There
there
was,
was
like,
another
maybe-
Well,
one.
when you say the
maybe
one in the
3.
beginning, do you mean when they went into Tokyo with their
No, the other way
dragons?
around when they retaliated the first time.
Okay.
Because you had when they go into Tokyo, when they retaliated the first time, and they retaliated the second time, and they got fucking mortar striked and realized that there's no way that they can fight the fucking Japanese.
Like, bruh, we
And then Donald Trump was in it.
he was
Donald
No.
Trump was in it, and he
as
said,
president. It told the future.
Yeah.
and he said, "Give me those elves
I want the resources.
resources."
Resources.
And then Rory Mercury was like, "I'm the goddess of death" or something. I don't remember what the
She
fuck she
was
did. I just
supposed to
liked
be.
her.
She was.
Yeah, that's
She was
all I
awesome.
That's all I remember. She killed people. I don't remember what her.
She killed people.
What was her steez?
She was like super feared by a lot of people. I can't
Wasn't
remember.
she?
What
I
Yeah.
thought she was like some kind of demigoddess or something.
Yeah,
She
was
was,
really
yeah.
powerful.
In that world, she was.
And now she's friends with the military,
Now she's friends with the weeb.
who said, "Fuck war, dude. I just want to go to Comic Con."
I'm
I
only
don't
a
blame
really
him.
good soldier because I want to go to Comic Con.
I don't blame him.
I want to go to Comic Con.
I want to go to Comic
You know,
Con.
Gate
I-
is like the imagination of a lot of kids. I guarantee, like every kid has thought like, what would happen if we sent in tanks to like the Revolutionary War or like medieval times?
Every kid I've thought about that. That'd be
like,
awesome.
I'll just say everyone has thought about that, and the outcome is always the same. I don't think it'll ever change.
Like, what if, like, during the Crusades, the Europeans were like, okay, we're going to go to the Holy Land. And then the Holy Land people were like, ha, no. And they started mortar striking the Crusaders.
Actually, this is kind of like mildly relevant. So I listened to a podcast last week by Dan Carlin on hardcore history. It's called The Celtic Holocaust. And it was the like crusade or conquest of Julius Caesar into like the Celtic land, which is just basically north of Italy, like Germany, France, Spain, up in England, and all those people were like Celtic tribes. And like the scale of the battles were enormous, just fucking huge, with huge losses, like 40,000, 60,000 men dying in one battle. So like, just give, say Julius, I don't think Julius Caesar needed a tank, but if say he had one, it would just decimate.
I don't think Julius Caesar needed a tank, but let's just say we gave him one.
But if you gave
What
the
a sentence.
Celts a tank, I think they could sway the tide of what happened.
What if you gave them one tank and one F-15? Just one.
Well, whoever's in the F-18 probably kills themselves because
They're
they can't
dead.
fly.
They're dead.
Because they
Okay.
can't fly.
But they say they could. You know?
What? Dude, let's just give the Celts a battleship. What the fuck is Julius
my
Caesar gonna
God.
do then? It's over. They just literally sail around, sail to Rome, and then just blow up Rome.
They could, yeah. It's over.
Julius, we want Rome.
There's a very large.
And if I say no, you don't want to
Die.
say no, buddy. Trust me.
Well, I'm gonna say no anyway.
Okay, 16-inch volley. Here we come.
23
16
miles
what?
off the coast.
16 what?
16 what?
What was
Is that
that?
a pizza topping?
What was that?
I don't
noise?
know. What's an inch? Volley. He's just like, he knows every word except inch.
Well, see, the Romans could fight back with their artillery, their ballistas, and
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's getting through, like, what? At least 16 inches of fucking straight metal.
well, I
The
don't think
wooden stick they fired it from snapped when it hits the tide.
the ship wouldn't even be in range.
No.
They wouldn't even be able to
Literally,
see it.
It literally couldn't hit it. There's no way they could see it. It'd be probably like 20 miles out, and Julius would be like, "What's a mile?" And then they would shoot. And he'd be like, "God's killing us for fighting the Celts."
Boy, man.
And then just the Romans are just standing there and just hear.
What was that?
What is that?
Who's whistling? Stop!
There's giant explosions.
Oh, 9
That'd
of
be-
them.
That'd be crazy.
Jester, this isn't funny. Cut it out. And he's like, "It's not me, sir.
Where the fuck is that coming from?
I'm just the court jester. I'm here to make the funnies."
Quick, fire the ballistas.
I forgot. I left you in charge of the military too.
Yeah, I don't think
I
the
put a little
Romans-
clown hat on this ballista.
I don't think the Romans would stand a chance against the USS Massachusetts.
Dude, we could send the USS Barbin.
The Barb.
The SS 279 or whatever. The one that fucking blew up a train.
Oh, yeah.
The submarine that blew up a train. We could send the submarine in.
Well, the captain was a fucking nutcase.
Yeah.
know what'd it'd be crazy? Like, say, like, the Romans are like, okay, well, they have boats. We're going to send out our boats. And a sub fires a torpedo, and instead of blowing up, it just goes through the wooden ship and continues. What the fuck was that?
They'd probably think it was like a
no.
large serpent.
Yeah.
Here's funny things that you guys don't actually know. They don't aim for the ships with the torpedoes. They aim under the ships with the torpedoes and set them to go off underneath the ships. So they'd be in the ship. A big air bubble would blow the ship up from the middle, literally blow it in half. And then two halves of the ship would go flying probably 30 feet. And then it would sink right then and there. There would be no hole. It would literally blow up entirely.
So you know the game Rome Total War?
Yeah.
Let's ask for some Battleship DLC.
Now imagine if that game was good and then we asked them for
It came out
Battleship
in
DLC.
like 2006.
It was an Xbox One release game.
No, it was before that.
No,
it was on PC. It was on PC.
Or no. I'm thinking of a different game.
I'm assuming it
Fuck,
was like
it was Rome
I'm
something.
checking out when it came.
Oh, fuck! I know exactly what you're talking about, Luke.
You know what I'm talking about? It's Rome something.
Yes.
You know Rome Total War? Yeah, it came out.
Yeah,
in
I do know
2004.
Rome Total War.
2004. I have it on Steam.
Rise, Son of Rome.
Yes.
That's what I was
that's-
thinking.
Oh,
that's-
yeah.
I
My
remember
bad.
that.
I was thinking of that one.
And they were like, the graphics are fantastic. It's great.
Look, it's on the Xbox
amazing.
One, and then it came out. Nobody wanted to play the game. They played
Mm-hmm.
it. They all said it fucking sucked because it ran like dog shit, and everyone was like, "Ooh."
But it's
But-
Roman.
I'm gonna get some Battleship DLC for Rome Total War, and then pin Julius Caesar against. What battleship should we use? We'll do Big
I think
Whiskey. Big Whiskey versus the entirety of.
Now, wait, are we
the
doing
Roman
whiskey before or after retrofit?
We'll run two battles, one before retrofit and one after with the.
Well,
with
I
the
can
guided
guarantee
missiles.
you the guided nuclear missiles on the after retrofit Wisconsin definitely beats Julius Caesar.
And to make it fair, I will put the Wisconsin, not in the sea, but like on a patch of grass.
I still don't
then-
think they can win.
So then, like, the Romans can do whatever they want. They can attempt to board, or if they can get close enough, it'll try to make it a fair fight.
Oh no! It'd be
What
a
if we put it
shame.
in a lake?
We can put it in a lake. It'd be
So it can't
probably
go
a pretty
anywhere.
big fucking lake. But we'll have to find a lake that's big enough.
What if we put Big Whiskey in the Coliseum?
and fill the Coliseum with water?
Yeah.
Said she's at least afloat, but she can't
make it a
turn
lot
or
bigger.
How
anything.
long is the Coliseum? I don't think
I
it's
have
that
no fucking
Big
clue.
whiskey
It's
is-
not long
big
enough to
whiskey
fit
is-
whiskey.
Yeah,
Let's
Big Whiskey's
see.
a lot
Big
longer.
Whiskey's
It
what,
is
like
100%.
800,
Big Whiskey's
800
887.
I think 887.
Iowa classes with long mugs.
All right, so instead, you know how like, fuck, what am I trying to think? Not an
there's-
archipelago. Why am I blanking on what these are called? The one like lands on three sides and then you have water bay.
Oh, like a bay.
So let's say that like, I'm sure there's a bay somewhere near Rome. I don't know enough about fucking geography or whatever it is to tell you. So we put whiskey there, and then the Romans somehow barricade her in, even though she could easily plow through their wooden stick ships.
Yeah.
Let's just say that somehow they managed to barricade her in there. I think Rome loses.
Yeah.
So the Roman Colosseum is 188 meters, which comes out to 616 feet. So Big Whiskey would be 200 feet longer than the Roman Colosseum.
Let's put an aircraft carrier up against the
Fuck
fucking
it.
Romans.
Let's go.
We'll go old school. We'll put a Nimitz class in there.
I was thinking the Gerald R. Ford.
That's a little unfair.
Big old CVN 78, only like 1,200 feet long.
So
Go Nimitz.
2 Roman Colosseums.
Dude, imagine. All right, now just not even in a war setting. Imagine you took back just any aircraft carrier from the modern era and just put it in the sea next to Rome. What do you think Julius Caesar would fucking do?
Be like, what the fuck is that? This big gray mass out at sea.
It's honking. Why is it honking?
What? There's lights. Why are there numbers on it?
Oh,
Seems to be some flying bird things. Are those birds coming off of
I
that?
wonder what they would chalk that up to.
Why do I hear
God.
fortunate son?
They would chalk it up to God.
I just realized I just basically said, what if Julius Caesar knew what fortunate son was? He just
Oh shit! It's
just
playing
my favorite
Fortunate
song playing.
Oh, fuck. Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival. I love them.
Oh no
Send
way!
in the Hueys. Wow, wow.
Huey Lewis and the News. I love them too. And Julius Caesar's like getting down with it. The judge like,
shit.
"Whoa, sir,
Yo, this song kind of busted for real.
Your Highness, they know how to boogie over there in God's realm." You think the Rome is the most civilized, civilization to ever exist, and like just straight up from nothing to advanced futuristic technology? Do you think they would base their ships off of that if they saw it?
I find
Maybe.
it hard to believe they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like if you see
Like, if-
something like that, you're like, well, I want one of those.
Like, if you sent back a cruiser, do you think they would start building their ships out of metal?
Well, let's just
I
take a
wonder if
bunch
they
of
could even
swords and
fabricate
tie them
that much
together.
metal.
No, they couldn't. They could
Tie
not.
swords together?
It's probably all they could do.
They'd be like, how the fuck does this work? Why is there a sign next to this weird rotating orb that says "Do not go near when operating"?
I wonder what happens
Esther,
when
go
I
poke
touch it.
Oh, wait, Mr. Caesar, you might not want to go there. It melts your organs if it's on.
Nonsense.
He's
I
like,
drink a
what's
lot
an
of
organ?
wine.
You'll get cancer and die. What's cancer?
What's it? No, you do not get cancer. Your organs literally melt.
You won't have
Bet.
a kidney. What the hell's a
That
kidney?
is not a joke. If that gun is on and the electromagnetic waves are on, it will melt your organs. Your organs melt from the inside out.
You don't need them anyway.
Yeah.
Like your insides literally turn to goop.
What gun?
You don't get can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. It's one of the anti-air guns
Is it the one you showed us the video of?
Yeah, the fully automated one that
Yes.
goes and it's like just anything near it explodes.
Yeah.
That shot down birds because it detected them as enemies.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the nuclear reactor.
No, the nuclear reactor would be really funny though.
Hey, go touch it.
What do you think security clearance would be like for the Romans? So, Mr. Caesar, you can't go in there. That's classified. He's like, what the fuck is classified?
Fucking watch me.
I'm the emperor of Rome. You're telling me I can't go in there? And you're like, yeah, that's exactly what we're telling
Yeah,
you.
you don't want to go in there.
Oh yeah, I do.
I'm telling you, you might recreate what we have in there. He's like, what the fuck do you mean? Do you think if like a country had absolutely no way of recreating it, they would actually care if they saw what was inside? Like if it was back in Roman times?
No.
They probably.
I
think
would've
It'd be
about
like
it.
they'd probably like set up an exhibit. Like you can't create this yet. Like even
I
if
would-
we told you what it oh yeah, this is uranium or plutonium or whatever the fuck they use in them. They'd be like, what's that? Like, well, it's radioactive. What's that?
I'd want to see if I could get a Roman to eat some.
Oh yeah.
probably would.
Just
I
slap it
think
in like.
that'd be really funny.
You
I don't
can
think you
make
have to
some
slap it in
busted
anything.
wine.
You're in the you're from the future. You could tell them this is something we eat in the future that lets us live forever, and he would just fucking eat it. I bet.
You could tell that.
Pasta de la nuclear. Come try our radioactive spaghetti. It's to die for.
That'd be really fucking funny. I would want to like start dunking Roman heads into the primary tanks and just see what they do.
The
what
meatballs are
happens.
shaped like the thing on the ship.
Hello, Finland.
This is an F-18. A fucking what?
It flies.
fucking what?
What is flying?
What's
It
flying?
fly- Da Vinci hasn't invented that yet.
Da Vinci's not even alive. He's not.
He
alive
died in the volley.
for a long time.
Da Vinci didn't tell us what flying was, and his flying machine didn't look like this. It looked like a bicycle.
When was Da Vinci alive?
I have
The
no fucking
Renaissance.
clue. Yeah, I don't remember when the Renaissance is though.
I want to say it was like maybe 1400s.
I think it was 14 or
Yeah,
15.
1452 is when he was born. Julius Caesar was alive in like 58 BC.
Yeah, so he wasn't even born yet. So he's
He's
like
still got
Da
another
Vinci.
1400 years.
Da Vinci hasn't invented flight yet. How the fuck did you guys do it?
That's crazy. This is bollocks.
Wait. 1400 BC.
No,
Bruh,
1400 AD.
AD.
Julius Caesar was
Yeah,
alive in
1400
like
AD.
58 BC.
No, bro, like 600 years ago, flight was still just a concept.
You know what's even crazier?
Flight's only been around for like 100 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went from like a flight starting in
We went to cloth
late
and wood
1800s.
flying on the beach to going to the moon in like 50 years.
Yep.
Actually, yeah, that's pretty nutty.
Dude, we went from cloth and wood on a beach to flying boats.
Hey,
Yeah.
put guns on these things. Okay.
In like what, like 20 years or something like that?
Well, the Wright brothers first flew in.
Oh, let's check. We'll fact check ourselves here. Wright brothers first flight.
I say it was before 1910.
1903.
Oh,
1903.
shit.
So yeah, in less than 20 years, we went from two dipshit brothers on a beach flying a fucking little thing to
Right, in, like,
literal
less-
guns on them.
In less than a decade.
We had guns on those.
Yeah, we had the USS Texas at that point.
Yeah, we had gunboats. We had metal gun ships, and we had gun planes
Yeah.
in less than a decade. And then in less than a decade after that or so, 2 decades after that, we had literal fucking ships that held gun planes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like a year later, we had jets.
Wow. War really does breed advancement.
It is just
Yeah.
innovation.
I still think about how in World War II we were putting out like 4 different aircraft carriers a year.
Yeah, holy fuck.
You guys hear Russia's is on the potential sink?
Oh no, dude.
What do you
There's
mean?
Yeah,
no
their
way. How?
only aircraft carrier which caught fire could sink.
It's still in dry. It's still in port.
Yeah, but they're worried it might sink.
Epic.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't know how to build them. They just
Yeah.
copy everyone else. So I'm not surprised it's sinking.
Okay, put catapults on it like the Americans. Put a ramp like the British, and
The British
make it
ramp
swim.
is the dumbest
I don't
thing
like
ever.
the ramp. I hate the ramp.
And
It's
make
so
it
stupid.
swim.
And let it swim. The ramp doesn't even do anything.
The ramp looks dumb.
The ramp looks dumb.
It looks really dumb, and it's
big
it's very funny though.
It's like it's just big nose.
It does look like a big nose. Good old shipbuilding,
If I had a nickel,
and I do.
I don't.
I do somewhere in my
Actually.
room.
Goober.
Well,
But where are we at?
we're about an hour 10.
Oh,
We're at the time it takes for you to look at your watch because you need to get a watch, idiot.
Tip,
Speaking of
why don't
which,
we
you guys-
why don't we set sail for Rome?
You guys should watch like, subscribe, and comment. And ring that bell for notifications. Follow us on our social medias and found in the description below. Sancho, please marry me.
there he is. All right, guys, that's the end of today's episode of the Hello Harem podcast. We had a meeting last night, which we didn't get anything done, but look at playing cards.
We did look at playing cards a lot.
That was it.
Yeah. But we will be back again next week on time
Or
because I was
will
out of
we?
town. So, yeah, we probably will.
Doodly, 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 doodly.
So thank you for watching today's episode. Happy freaking New Year, guys. It's the start of 2023. Hello Harem podcast coming at you, 2023. Hope everyone had a safe New Year's. a Merry Christmas.
Happy
There's no
Hanukkah.
holidays coming up. Yeah, Happy Hanukkah
Valentine's
for everyone.
Day is coming up.
In February.
Yeah,
it's
no,
like the
Martin
next
Luther
one.
King Day.
Oh yeah, that's like next.
That's
like
Monday.
next week. Yeah.
That's
We
Monday.
don't get
I
that
have
day
Monday
off, do we?
I do not get that day off.
I get that day off.
I
Losers.
wish I did.
Cringe.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Imagine not having a 3-day weekend this weekend.
I
Couldn't be
do
me.
not.
Yeah, I fucking wish.
I get Monday off, idiots.
Bleh. Well, guys, that's the end of today's episode. Like Luke said, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell button for notifications. We have a new episode every single week. Follow us on the social medias at Hello Harem or Hello Harem Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you get your social media sources. We will see you next week. Have a good one, guys.
Say, pass through the ribbon.